The Catholic Church in America is changing. Societal and demographic changes have had an impact on our local church. The Archdiocese of Hartford has seen a 27% decline in parishioners since 1965, and Mass attendance has dropped by nearly 70%. There is one statistic that stands out above the rest. That is the decline of priests in the Archdiocese of Hartford. Back in 1965, there were 535 active priests serving nearly 200 parishes. Today, there are just 186. And when it comes to seminarians, we're looking at a minus 88% change. In 1965, there were nearly 200 seminarians. Today, less than 24. Let's take a look now at the state of vocations in the Archdiocese of Hartford.
So my name is Anthony Olinsky. I'm 20 years old, and I'm in my third year of college seminary.
My name is Anthony Federico. I'm in my fourth year of formation for the Archdiocese of Hartford.
My name is Josh Wilbur, in my fifth year of formation, third theology.
These men are just 3 of the 19 seminarians currently in formation with the Archdiocese of Hartford.
While we see much fewer candidates, there's a very high quality of men that are coming forward. Men who are in love with God and have a desire to serve the Lord and serve the church in beautiful ways.
The vocations office is the first and most important stop for a man contemplating religious life.
Once they're in formation and they're seminarians, then we accompany them through all of the years of their formation, a minimum of 6 years, but it could be up to 8 years or 9 years, walking with them throughout that whole process, helping them with all the different administrative tasks, taking care of summer assignments, being a liaison between the different seminaries and our own archdiocese, many different tasks in that regard as well.
If you think of the academic responsibilities and the pastoral assignments and then the various obligations that we have, it can be overwhelming. Thank God that we in the Archdiocese of Hartford, we seminarians don't have to have a financial piece to worry about as well.
In addition to their academic studies, seminarians perform ministerial assignments each week by serving in the community. During their breaks from seminary, they are all assigned to parishes in the Archdiocese.
I find that going back to these parishes on our breaks it's so edifying, not only for ourselves, but for the people at the parish to really get to know us.
Recognizing the power of prayer and the people, Father Gubbiotti has developed several initiatives to foster vocations.
Can you imagine a life without priests? I can't. Baptisms and Holy Communion and confirmation, marriage, all the wonderful vocations and the encouragement we get and the sustenance and the support.
Pat and Jed Conran of Hartford and Lori Holda of Wallingford are part of the St. John Vianney Vocation Prayer Society. It's simply a commitment to pray for vocations.
I'm absolutely convinced that prayer is a vital foundation for all of the work that we do. Trying to do vocational promotion and forming seminarians without prayer would be like trying to push a car without gasoline up a hill.
Well, the Eucharist, as we all know, is the center of our faith. And without the Eucharist and without priest, there is no Eucharist.
I can speak for all of us that we do not take for granted the support of the Archdiocese and the people of the Archdiocese of Hartford, knowing that we are being formed to be their compassionate and approachable spiritual fathers. It's an awesome responsibility, and we are able to put ourselves fully into it because of that incredible support that the people offer us.
Funds from the Archbishop's annual appeal are vital to the operations of the Vocations Office. Without it, forming seminarians would be nearly impossible. There's no other source of income other than the great generosity of the people of the Archdiocese of Hartford. More than 20 million Americans over the age of 21 live with an addiction. Every day, at least 100 people die from a drug overdose. In 2015, right here in Connecticut, overdoses claimed the lives of more than 700 people. More die of an overdose than by car accidents or gunshots. There are people and organizations on the front lines, moved by mercy, to help their brothers and sisters held in the grip of addiction. Here's more on what's happening in the Archdiocese of Hartford.
It's a war out there. It's terrible. It's terrible. You know, and the drugs are everywhere.
Everywhere, every social class, every race, every ethnicity, literally from your neighbor, your neighbor's kids, to homeless people. It's every imaginable place.
Wellmore serves all of Western Connecticut, and on any given day, as many as 25 people will walk into one of their clinics testing positive for opioids. In Hartford, Catholic Charities Adult Behavioral Health will see hundreds of people within a 3-month period.
We're really looking at this as an issue, a public health issue, and we're putting our resources into addressing it.
Those addictions can be anything from alcohol to prescription drugs to illegal drugs. Americans spend billions of dollars on them every year.
It's sneaky and it goes in a little at a time. You don't realize it happening to you as you're doing it. You think you're just going to have a couple of drinks, and then you depend on having a couple of drinks. And little by little, next thing you know, you're addicted. You have to have a couple of drinks. You have to use cocaine. And then it starts cutting in. For me, it started cutting into my family money, my household money. And I would rob Peter to pay Paul, and I started that way. And then I just didn't pay Peter at all, and just do what I had to do. And it got really ugly. It wasn't a party at the end. It was sad.
Mike's addiction landed him in jail for 10 years. He was introduced to Wellmore while he was incarcerated.
This place is amazing. I wouldn't know where I'd be today. This place gave me the opportunity to give me time to put myself back together and help other people and to give back.
When it comes to addiction, people come into care with us pretty much all in the same way. It really starts with hope. They have faith and hope that this is the right time. And they need faith and hope, and they need to be surrounded by other people that can help them and that can guide them and that are there, even during their rough times, to guide them in the right direction.
But that help is threatened every year by budget cuts at the state and federal level. Agencies like Catholic Charities and Wellmore rely on support from grants and other groups.
We need the faith and the hope. So this is what the members of the donors to the AAA mean to us. They literally are the faith and hope, and they're the support. They're the beginning of the pathway to recovery. They're the safety net behind folks, and they nudge them in that direction. And then we need to use those resources to be there immediately and accept people non-judgmentally as they are, our friends and neighbors, our brothers and sisters, people that we see every day, and help them further along that pathway to recovery. And then, of course, our hope and belief is that we build a supportive community around them, and obviously the Archbishop's annual appeal is a big part of that supportive community.
I think people ought to know that without treatment facilities such as this, people don't really get better. They really do need treatment. They really do need to have professionals that are going to help them along the way. And that's why the work we do is so essential and rewarding, and because it's not just impacting one family or a couple families, it's everyone.
I would like people to know that these places really work, and without these places, I don't know where people would go. They really need this.
Wellmore and Catholic Charities are just two agencies helping our brothers and sisters who've fallen into the trap of addiction. The Archbishop's annual appeal supports over a dozen substance abuse programs, following Jesus' command to go out to all those people who suffer, even those addicted. Pope Francis says we, as a church, must go out and meet them with creative love to take them by the hand and help them rediscover their dignity. 25% of households in Connecticut are above the poverty level, but struggle to meet basic needs. In fact, 1 in 7 children in our state lives in poverty. The Archbishop's annual appeal believes in building strong families and supports several programs that help them, including the work of Catholic Charities. Here now is a closer look at their work with families.
Catholic Charities runs 7 family centers throughout the Archdiocese of Hartford. There are 4 family centers in Hartford alone. Among them is the Asylum Hill Family Center.
our goal is to meet their immediate needs, get them out of that immediate crisis, and then take them to a higher level of functioning, putting things in place to prevent them from falling into that same circumstances in the near future.
In their role to enrich, enhance, and strengthen families, the Asylum Hill Family Center started a Parent Ambassador program.
They're parents who came for something. They came in need. As we interact with them, we see glimmers of leadership qualities, and we engage those folks. We teach them leadership skills 101, how to run a meeting, how to agree to disagree. We teach them advocacy skills, and a number of those things to hone what they already have.
As a parent ambassador, I think my ultimate goal is to educate other parents to have a voice, and that their voice is valuable. The voice is valid. They have a say.
Parent ambassadors also engage new families. As their leadership skills develop, they share it with the wider community and become catalysts for change.
I think that the good thing about the center is that they're not just here to help, they're also here to empower you and help you grow and help you go from a status of maybe need to being more self-sufficient.
The Waterbury Family Center supports families through programs and services designed to promote healthy child development and improved parenting skills. One program based on the attachment theory is called Circle of Security.
So it made me really think about my past, what I'm doing now as a parent, how I can try and be there, trying to be an okay parent. Like we talked about the circle of security, so going out, coming back in, trying to think about how can my children approach me, how am I responding to them, how did my past reflect that.
In addition to parent and child advocacy, parenting workshops, and family literacy programs, the Waterbury Family Center provides basic needs, ESL classes, case management, and a host of other services.
We're doing good work. And sometimes it's very difficult because the funding is so limited, especially here in Waterbury. It's not just giving something out to a family and just asking them to leave the office and never probably see them again, but rather than that, creating a relationship to help families be better off.
Centro San Jose Family Center is located in New Haven. Most of their youth programming is done on site, in schools and in the community.
One of the most important things in adolescent development is how a young person feels about themselves. You know, we all know that adolescent development starts with the biological changes, and it ends when the individual becomes a productive member in society. So that doesn't necessarily mean 18. You know, so when we talk about character development, you have to foster that and embed that.
One of the Family Center's most successful youth initiatives is CC Angels, a lifeguarding program.
Out of this program, I've gotten character building, team building, leadership, how to interact with other people, not being the only person that knows how to do something, teaching out to other people and helping out others.
Catholic charities in my life, they have helped me a lot build leadership skills and communication skills with other people, because I used to be that kid that didn't know how to talk to people.
In addition to various youth programs, the Centro San Jose Family Center runs a daycare, a diaper program, and the food pantry.
Catholic charities do so much for this community. There's not really a lot of programs in this community. It's set out to help empowers youth and empowers families, especially the Spanish-speaking. There's only a very handful in New Haven, and they see Catholic charities as a beacon of hope, and they know that we're here to help them.
Meeting the basic needs of the family, investing in children, empowering parents, all critical parts of building strong families. All possible because of donors to the Archbishop's annual appeal.
Our donors need to know that investing in our young people in our communities, the return on that investment is bigger than you know. your investment, it will be rewarded, you know, and you could see it in our young people.
So it's dollars well spent, it's time well spent when you help with these families and work with these families. I'm proud to do that on a daily basis. I get to be involved and to help change lives and create change.
Catholic Charities is not alone in their efforts. The Archbishop's annual appeal supports dozens of agencies working to help families in need. Since 1997, the appeal has distributed more than $14 million to programs throughout the Archdiocese that assist families. It is our duty as brothers and sisters in Christ to respond to those in need with generous love and to help them overcome barriers in order to make them successful and productive. Thank you for making it all possible.